Welcome back, everyone, to another reaction. We've got an official teaser trailer for Lord of the Rings. Not just the title announcement, but an actual trailer. It looks like it's about a minute long, so definitely a teaser. I'm Nicholas, joined by my buddy Mike. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Cool, man. He's the resident Lord of the Rings nerd around here, at least more than I am. I enjoyed the movies, but haven't read the books. So I'm looking forward to this this format, this medium. It's supposed to be a few seasons long at least. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll suck and they'll cancel it.
5 seasons.
Five seasons. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a game plan. In other words, I guess for
$750 million plus the $250 million for the rights. So it's $1 billion TV show.
Putting $1 billion, or committing $1 billion before you even release the first thing is it's quite the. That's got to be a record setting. Doesn't mean it's going to be good, but it's got to be record setting. We've already noticed in our announcement trailer react. There be some bias out there. People already naysaying. There's nothing released about it at all, and they just think it's going to be bad. I don't know. I don't want to rant about the naysayers too much, but what's your hopes and dreams for this, Mike?
So I've gathered, I'm not sure if I had read this when we did the first video, but this takes place in the Second Age. So Melkor has already been defeated, and Sauron has basically found his way back into the good graces of the elves. And I was wrong. I had said that I was confusing the events from the First Age and the Silmarils with some of the events or characters from the Second Age. Mm-hmm. So I had mentioned Fëanor, or however you say his name. He was actually involved in the First Age with the Silmarils, so the gems that hold the light of the two trees of Valinor.
Okay.
So the rings are very different. It happens later. So he's still corporeal. He still has his physical body, and he's still seen as like good, I suppose, or holy. He's not an elf. He's from Valinor, even though he served Melkor. I guess he's maybe found his way back into being viewed as a good guy or whatever.
Okay.
But teaching them how to make the rings and then secretly making the One Ring to usurp their power later.
Okay.
So they don't know that he's making the One Ring. The elves and dwarves and humans that he's showing how to make rings.
Right.
They think he's just benevolent. They don't know.
Okay. So, well,
so that
go ahead.
I'm assuming that this show, since it's called The Rings of Power, I would assume would be about each of the rings being created and how it has an effect on its owners.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Well, we'll keep this intro kind of short. We'll just go ahead and watch the trailer and discuss after a bunch of stuff, I guess, or let you rant. I'll listen. but I am very interested. I just don't have any knowledge of these. I've watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the movies. That's the only intake I've got. So shame on me, I guess. But
I don't think there's a lot of content. There's the stories in the Silmarillion, and they kind of just brush over a lot of this. Mm-hmm. So they may be fleshing things out that aren't necessarily in the text that much.
I think there's created characters for the series I've heard and stuff like that. So who knows what they're going to do. But let's just watch it and see what that does and talk about it after, I guess. Drag it to the beginning. Okay, ready?
And this is most likely before Hobbits exist also.
Okay. That's good to know.
We'll find out. But
all right, so if you're ready, we'll do the countdown. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
Oh, wow, beautiful.
There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering.
What the hell are those dudes?
I can feel it.
Looks epic. Looks beautiful. Cool. It's definitely a teaser.
Keeping it very vague.
Very vague. Fine to kind of go through it scene at a time here. It looks like it opens. I'm just going to drag around, you know. Looks like it opens with the I don't know any of this stuff. It opens with a beautiful shot of this city by the lake with a quite the statue out of the.
So
go ahead.
The Numenorians are the humans that form Gondor, I believe. So that's like the way into Gondor, right?
Oh, okay.
Because we see that in the movie.
Okay.
The ruins of the two large kings or whatever, unless that was a different place.
Right. The big what is that? The mount? I don't know. There's so many places. Do you think that mountain in the background is significant? Like, do we know even what that is? The super nerds probably even know what that is, or is that just a beautiful looking shot?
Let me go back to it.
Sure. I'm at like 5 seconds. Kind of the broad shot of the lake and the town with the mountain in the background.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a kingdom of men. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Which would and like I said, we saw but weren't there two that go through the chasm, and aren't there two giant statues with their arms out or whatever?
Yeah.
So that could be a different
place, right.
location,
right?
The architecture on that tower on the left kind of looks like Rivendell more than.
That's true. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. That does look like more elvish than maybe human.
And there's one mountain back there.
Right.
If it were an island, it could be like Numenor, just sort of the furthest west.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from the shot. It could be an island. This is like a little low place that runs between two.
Like the Aragorn's ancestors, the Numenorians, their island was the furthest west of any humans.
I actually have looked at the map recently and kind of just trying to familiarize myself with some names. Mm-hmm. I'm a very geographical oriented mind. I always like to know like which way is north in the real world and all this stuff. I'm a nerd like that, keeps track of those things, and so like I really like maps, and even though I haven't read the books or whatever, like even I remember back in the day watching Lord of the Rings, I would like reference, not while I was watching it, but you know, in hindsight, I'd go look at the map and kind of like, okay, this is what's happening and where they're going. And so
it helps a lot. And then you see like where Bilbo went to the Lonely Mountain, and then where they went. Right.
You see where they separated. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I mean, yeah, exactly. All right, let's go to the, just keep it moving here. The next kind of scene shot is coming over a mountain. I'm not paying attention too much to the audio yet. Maybe we'll watch it one more time at the end to kind of listen to what she's saying. But
are they dwarves?
Yeah, these look like two people with big old horns, antlers on their back. I actually thought this was some kind of species that looked weird, but these are like two people walking with their game that they hunted or something. And that's a nice, beautiful shot through a valley there. Once again, I don't know any of this stuff. Then it goes to a shot of this girl talking, presumably who we're seeing here. Once again, I don't know. Nobody knows who's who. But some of the elves they show later on has got to be like, you know, they've already said. I think that, well, maybe.
I think we know who Galadriel is, the blonde in the armor. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So I don't know who this little
girl is.
Just
because they had announced the actor or whatever.
Right. Before the king, we go to a nice waterfall shot of, I think this is Galadriel then in the armor here. After the waterfall shot, I'm at about 22 seconds. She's climbing the ice and puts her dagger into the ice and looks up at the camera. Just hanging. Mm-hmm. I think this is her, Ladriel.
Right. It's definitely an elf, but yeah, I'm not sure about the actor.
And maybe presume that's who's talking over. Well, I'll have to listen to it one more time and listen to what they're saying.
I believe she was in the first.
That was her in the first in the title
the first
reveal
trailer. So I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, before the king, before the fellowship. Now we're in the water. Just now, these shots are going to start going really quick here. We were in the water for just a brief second. Now at 29 seconds, we're with an archer of some sort. He's being attacked by arrows, and he's the badass archer. He's got pointy ears, so I presume he's elvish. But there's different types of elves, right? I mean, there's.
I think it's more like just where they live. Yeah, the wood elves and the. So the sort of havens of the elves are like Rivendell and wherever Lorien, where Galadriel is, and they have the rings. You know, Elrond and Galadriel each have rings.
Okay.
And that's why they're able to sustain an elvish kingdom, even though the time of the elves is fading. That's why they have to leave. Like the time of men is eclipsing the time of elves. Now they don't die; they go over the sea to Valinor. And even when elves die, apparently this is something I just read in the intro to the Silmarillion, which was written by Tolkien, or the letter that's published at the beginning of the Silmarillion volume about elves that die return to Valinor and can choose to come back. Something like that. So they might truly be immortal, even though they can be slain.
They can be slain, but there's no natural cause of death.
Their essence might even survive that.
Oh wow!
But I'm gonna have to
keep diving
this,
in.
So,
Right.
Now, so then there's another island of the. There was a fall of elves. It was Fëanor that I was talking about, and his sons. They lusted after the Silmarils, which Melkor stole, and he destroyed the two trees of Valinor, and he stole the Silmarils, which contained their light, which is sort of, you could think of it as the light of creativity.
Okay.
So he stole that and ran away to Middle-earth, and Fëanor swore vengeance. He swore to get them back, and his sons and his whole lineage was devoted to this. And eventually, actually, a human gets one of them back, I think. But anyway, they sort of they're so hung up on those jewels that they sort of lose favor with the Valar. They sort of, are fallen. But anyway, they live on a separate island that's south of Valinor, and not sure what the point of that story was.
That's all right. We'll just continue on through here. It's just bringing back memories and thoughts. That's cool. So he's apparently a badass archer, and then we got Before the Ring. And it cuts to a fire arrow going through the sky, and I happen to pause on 36 seconds. I wonder if this is Elrond or Elrond. I think it's Elrond. But because he's been announced, I'm pretty sure I saw this actor with that connection here. Maybe this is Elrond. Now they would have been. This is like, as far as years go, this is the Second Age. Is what, 1,000 years or a few thousand years
I think
before?
So yeah, I think over 1,000 years. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's a long amount of time, though, man. It's crazy that they live for that long.
Curious where Gandalf was at this time.
And so Gandalf and the wizards, you said there's only ever like 5 of them or something. And what are they, their own species or like mutated other species? Or like, are they like?
They're servants of the Maiar, which are basically servants of the Valar. So they're like 4 degrees away from God. Like he's from heaven.
It's a hierarchical thing for sure.
Sort of, yeah. He specifically says they're not. He calls them lowercase gods, but and he's not trying to replicate. It's not a direct allegory of Christianity or anything like that, but you could think of them as like angels that oversee Middle Earth.
Okay.
More directly.
Fair enough.
And then there's these lesser beings that are also from heaven. Mm-hmm. And Gandalf is basically, the wizards are like servants of some of those lesser beings.
Right.
So he's eternal.
Okay.
That's why when he dies, they send him back.
Right.
He has a job to do.
He becomes enlightened or something like when he comes back in Lord of the Rings.
Well, he takes Saruman's mantle.
Right.
Because Saruman was the leader of the wizards. He was the white. And he fell. Right. Yeah. Right.
He becomes gray. Literally, he's eventually wearing gray, and then while Gandalf comes back as white. Yeah. If you look at his costume.
He declares himself Saruman of all colors in the books. Because is there like a black wizard and a white wizard and a gray wizard? Is that how it works? I don't think there's even names for the other two. There's Radagast and Gandalf and Saruman, and I'm not sure if we even know the names of the other
white
two.
And gray is all we ever get.
And brown. Radagast, the brown.
Okay.
Is the crazy guy on mushrooms in The Hobbit.
And so there's 5 total, so we don't get names for the other 2? Is that what you're saying? Or
I don't think so. I'm not sure, but they're definitely not mentioned very much, if at all.
Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm going to hit play again and see. Now we got people riding horseback, and that's a quick cut. This is where the quick cuts start happening. Ooh, what's this monster at 38, 39 seconds? What do you think that thing is?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's got some crazy horns coming out of its mouth there. Mm-hmm. And this is like someone's got the... Are they in a cave? Is this somebody visiting the dwarves or something? Is this some kind of... Not a cave troll, but...
Something.
It's just very interesting to me, even though I know nothing about it. Like, this is kind of half of my excitement from a layman's point of view. It's like, it's a chance to, without diving into a 1,200-page book, a slight window into...
At 46 seconds, it looks like it could be like dwarves in a forge or a...
Yeah, there's dwarves at 43.
Something on fire.
And then at 44, we've got somebody... Oh, it's cut so quick here. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this crazy fire. Go back a few seconds here. Watch that moment again. See, before I get too far ahead here, let me find the spot. So after the monster, we've got him running through caves. The legend begins this fall, and this looks like somewhere we've been for at 42 seconds. This looks like it's way up in the sky because it's like a waterfall with white trees and a forest and a waterfall. But if you look to the right side of the frame, this is up in the clouds. This is like way high in the air because there's clouds below this landmass with the waterfall in this forest. Is there any place like that where they have like an island floating in the air or something? It looks like so far in the air because they're literally above the clouds.
Yeah.
Something out of fucking Avatar or some shit. Floating islands. That's pretty crazy. I mean, that looks... there's people standing there. I just now noticed them. This is that looks like almost like a like a Fellowship of the Rings meeting circle, or their, Council of Elves or something. That's pretty interesting. I was going to play on it. Yeah. And the next shot is a dwarf. Like, sorry, go ahead.
A whole island being moved from one place to another.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. That's awesome. Now, I did read somewhere that this the lady at 45 here is a female dwarf. Our first in film first glance at a female dwarf.
Okay.
It's just, once again, we're getting to the point where it's these shortcuts. It's hard to pause it on the frame. I'm pretty sure right after her is Gladriel being picked up on a raft and being interrogated. Someone looking at her hair, clearly grabbing her long blonde hair and like to reveal her pointed ears. Right after the dwarf shot at 46. And that, yeah, fire shot with 2 people is so quick I can't even pause on it. Yeah, that looks like a dwarf. 2 dwarves. We're just ranting about nothing now. So yeah, anyway. That a dwarf breaks a stone in half. We've got the black elven archer making some kind of crazy jump. 47. There's some epic war going on at 49. Don't know who this character is, but he's elvish. He's got pointed ears. And they got the armor on. It looks like elvish armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then
could be Elrond, I guess.
Maybe Elrond. And then we've got a handhold by a adult and a child.
Did we see a ring on that adult hand?
Let me go back a little bit and see if I can see a ring on that adult hand. But what they're wearing is very. I don't see a ring. What they're wearing is very. It's like a woven, very earthy, homey material. It's not like a.
Yeah, the aesthetic looks really great.
Yeah, I mean this adult hand doesn't look like it's royalty or anything. You know what I mean? This looks like a everyday person. But what the child is wearing is kind of higher end and nice, So this is like some kind of connection between the common man and, a child of royalty or something. I don't know. And then we get the title, September 2nd.
The guy on the raft, I wonder if that's where Numenor sails. That's very vague in my memory.
Give me a time frame.
I might be talking about first stage stuff. I don't know. I'm going to have to read more.
That's cool. Well, how about we just watch the trailer in full without stopping at one time? It's only a minute long, Let's just watch it one more time through. I'll drag it back here. This time, I'm always more caught originally by the visuals. So this time, I'm going to try to be paying attention to like what this narration is saying. All right. So if you're good, we'll do it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
That's like a kid speaking.
Wonders in this world beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
Oh, there's people below her. I didn't notice that. Oh, that dude catches an arrow that was fired at him and fire. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's awesome. Cool. I almost feel like we should go watch Nerd of the Rings breakdown and react to that.
Yeah, I'm curious what he had to say about it. Yeah.
Any thoughts? Anything you want to rant on a little bit here?
No, it's hard to know what who we're seeing or anything, but we definitely got some elves, dwarves, and humans. And it looks visually amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of want to watch some other nerd Lord of the Rings breakdown, see what they caught out of this trailer. All right, y'all. Well, I guess we're gonna stop there. No need to rant forever. We're probably gonna go watch the Nerd of the Rings trailer breakdown reaction ourselves. But we really appreciate y'all joining. We're going to definitely be watching the series when it comes out. If you like the video, really appreciate it. It helps the channel get going. I'm pumped for it. I'm excited for it. I think Mike is too. He's diving back into the book. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.
All right, peace.